we're going to go over this. I've just left the Agriturismo that I was staying in. Wonderful La Cresta, wonderful place. Just an incredible family if you really want to know what a happy family is about, and a family that is working together in an enterprise. An agriturismo is a special designation of a place to stay, which grows all of its own food, raises its own meat, cattle, whatever, serves you communal dinners, and see if I'm going the right place. No, I should have turned left there. I already made a mistake because I'm talking. Have my mirrors on wrong too. Because I put my helmet on the mirrors. There we go. I have to turn here. Let me get over to Google Maps. I wonder why Google Maps didn't tell me. I have to figure this out. Move this over here, 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 here. Oh, I didn't say start. Start. Now it's not talking to me. Probably because I'm talking to you. It's alright, I can see it. Oh. It doesn't want me to go this way. It wants me to go straight. Huh. Oh, I think I'm going to turn this off and figure this out. Because it looks to me like I should be going... Oh no, now it's telling me I should do this. Yeah, okay. Took a while for it to change. Okay. Yeah, I knew I should go through here. But it's not talking to me. And I think it's because I'm talking to you. I can't hear two sources, maybe. Exit and start. Oh yeah, it's not... Oh, my helmet's not turned on.
Preparing headset.
Okay. That's why. Now the microphone in my helmet is separate from my helmet system.
Phone connected. Phone connected.
Now it should... Yeah, it's totally... Yeah, there we go. This is a totally separate system. At any rate, so let me see that the camera's still going. You can see I'm a professional at this. So the family that runs this place, oh, Agriturismo. So it's a governmental entity. There are regulations surrounding who can call themselves an agriturismo, and it's very laid back, very personal farm essentially, and they raise all the vegetables that you're going to eat. They raise all the meat that you're going to eat. They butcher it, they cook it in front of you. You have these wonderful meals. You meet people who are real people who appreciate the personal knowledge and the warmth, the real people of Sardinia. And I guess it's also an Italian thing, but I'm not sure. And this is that little, it's not a bridge. It looks like it's built on land. It goes across its one lane. Coming down here, I think I saw whales off the coast. And I ran into, it's typical in mountains, you can run into about 3 minutes of rain. And there's no rain on either side. I guess there's openings here that allow water to go through. Here's what it looks like on my map. That's a Garmin XT, and that's a Google Maps. Google Maps is the best thing. But anyway, back to Agriturismos. This one, La Cresta, the family is just, there's Nonna, who's the grandmother, and then she's the mother of the mother, whose name is Lucilla, and her husband's name is Sergio, and Sergio does all the incredible hard work that goes into that, including feeding the cattle every day and 300 sheep that they milk, and they make cheese. You'll eat the cheese that they make. You'll eat the prosciutto that they make, the salami they make. You'll eat wild boar, lamb. I mean, it's just, and it's all authentic. And you'll meet the family, which is, Leo Tolstoy said, all happy families are alike, all unhappy families are unhappy in different ways. This is a happy family, and a gracious, warm, wonderful family, and I hated to leave. Matter of fact, the daughter is 35 and single, and just so enchanting, and so I'm trying to fix her up with one of my sons, which should probably be difficult to do. Fathers interfering in the love lives of their sons. But he doesn't have a girlfriend right now, so why not? So in any event, I'm headed up to Olbia, where I will tomorrow night take a ferry to Genova, and then I will make my way. I'm going to stay a night in Rapallo, and then I'm going to go to Milano and stay a night. And I've rented a motorcycle for my son, Andrew, who just decided to ride motorcycles about 6 months ago. Went out and bought himself a motorcycle and all the gear. And but he lives in Philadelphia, and I really was afraid. I don't want one of my kids riding motorcycles. I had the youngest one had a terrible accident. He's incredibly gifted, but he's wild, and he was injured, carrying the injuries for the rest of his life. So this son is much more cautious, but I want to teach him how to really ride. And you can't learn how to ride in the United States. It's all flat and straight. Get killed in intersections because you think a green light lets you go through, so you go through a green light without checking, and there's 4 lanes of traffic everywhere, and just so many ways you can get hurt. I even had an accident in Florida 5 years ago. I was making a left-hand turn, sweeping left-hand turn onto a big boulevard called University Parkway, sweeping left-hand turn, and I'm in the left-hand lane, and the middle lane also turns left, and in the left-hand lane, sweeping turn, I'm passing a woman on the right, and I should know better than to pass anybody in the intersection, because when I was 30 years old, I made the same mistake, and the person did the same thing. They made a U-turn. So the person makes a U-turn, I bounced off the car, and that was a 42-year-old BMW motorcycle, and it wasn't seriously hurt. I actually did get an injury in my hip. Something called the labrum got torn, which is sort of like the O-ring in your hip. But in any event, so I said, you want to ride a motorcycle? If you're going to ride a motorcycle, come over here, because every year I come to Europe, and I have a friend who keeps my motorcycle in France, near Lyon, and I ride for months at a time all through Europe. And 1 year, a year or two ago, Morocco, and I've been, also to the UK and Ireland and the Isle of Man. I did the Isle of Man course, by the way, 2 times. at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's a road course. It wasn't closed, of course, but there was very little traffic, but still. And I did it on my Yamaha Tenere 700, which isn't the bike. They do it in 17 minutes. I did it in 45. So I invited him to come to Milan, and we're going to make a beeline for the Dolomites. I have a friend who lives in Rocca Piatore. I met him the first year I was coming, and we became friends. So I'm staying there with Andrew for 5 days, and we're going to do all of the Dolomite passes around there. There's about 8 or 9 of them, and I'm going to take him up to Stelvio and Bormio, and you know, just stay in front of him, and we have intercoms, and I'm going to be talking him through what goes on, you know, in terms of outside turns and inside turns, and where you want to be, and whether you want to throw the bike over and stay vertical, or you want to lean over like the Grand Prix racers, depending upon the turn, and the dangers and your instincts, which are all wrong. You know, your instinct is to hit the brakes in a switchback. When you don't think you can make it, you can't hit the brakes or you'll fall over. You need gyroscopic effect to keep you up. So the throttle is your friend. The brakes will never help you, especially the front brake. And dragging your rear brake a little bit through turns. You know, if you're in third gear and you're doing chicanes, dragging the rear brake a little bit keeps the bike tight, so there's no lurch, there's no the lash of the chain, or even the lash of a drive shaft. You don't have any lash, which is unsettling. And the idea of being in a gear that's slightly too high rather than slightly too low, so that when you make changes to the throttle, accelerating throttle, it's not so dramatic. It's more gentle because it's lugging a little bit. And all of these things that I learned over the course of years, we'll be having an intercom, and I'll be talking to him and talking him through it. And I'm not going to go through at the speeds that I can go through. I'm going to go through the speeds that I think that he can go through. Not so slow that it's dangerous, because slow is dangerous. If you fall over, you don't fall over from going too fast. You slide out. But the crazy thing is that motorcycles today and the tires of today, you can lean over a lot more than you think you can. You normally, when a motorcycle rider comes from the United States, they have no idea how far they can lean over. You don't have to do these passes at a reasonable speed, but you wind up leaning far more than you've ever leaned in your life in the United States, unless you happen to live in a couple of, a dozen and a half places in the United States, separated by 2,000 miles. In Europe, it's everywhere. The turns and twists are everywhere. It's a smaller format. The difference between an iPhone and a movie screen. The highway, this person leaned over. Now, I honked him, but also what you do is you extend your right leg when you get past him, and then put it back on the peg, and that's saying thank you. That person pulled over. He knows exactly what he's doing with regard to motorcycles. He's aware of what's coming up behind him, unlike other countries that shall be nameless that I come from. And instead of being antagonistic towards motorcycles, they love motorcycles. In most of the cities, you can park your motorcycle anywhere; it's not in the way, including on a sidewalk. So that's if you want to go to Sardinia and you want to see a nice seashore in the southwest, you want to go to Agriturismo La Cresta, and you will meet the Sanna family, and you will eat food that was alive, whether it's plant or animal, the day before you eat it. And you'll see it cooked, and you'll eat traditional dishes, and they'll explain the dishes to you. And if you stay for a few days, you'll probably stay for one of the days in which the whole family sits down and you eat with the family. They only have 4 rooms, so it's a very small, personal experience. And I got to them only through ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT to establish my itinerary, my routes. It knows what I like, so it recommends places that it knows that I will like. It's really amazing. It's absolutely, ChatGPT is a confidant of mine. It knows all about me, and it helps me every day. I'm alone on my motorcycle with my iPhone, and I don't speak any foreign languages. I can read a little bit because I studied Latin for 5 years in high school, and I did take a year of Italian, a year of French in college, just for the hell of it. But I'm old. I'm 78 years old. I can't remember a damn thing. When I'm in France, I start to speak French a little bit. Now that I'm in Italy, I want to say puis-je voir instead of portrait avere, and and I'm used to studying languages, studying conjugations, the verb to be and the verb to have, and all that kind of stuff. And but I'm using Duolingo,